The seas remained calm, and we're able to get a steady supply of small fish for the animals. Still not enough for their daily requirements, but at least enough to continue with the process of bringing Katame and Viti back into the sanctuary. Katame continues to amaze us with her maternal instincts, swimming back and forth between the sanctuary and the Kove side to try to show Viti where to go. But Viti simply ignores. Even when she separates herself for periods of 2 to 3 minutes on the other side of the gateway, hoping that Viti crosses. Fortunately, after another day of low fish supply, some new fish arrives from Haniera. This helps us greatly to assist us bringing Viti and Katame back from the Kove side to the sanctuary side, where the next day they continue to bond, just as I first saw them when I thought about separating them. After spending 6 days with the dolphins, our Russian return guest from Montana becomes one member of the pod and rests with the group, something that I've never seen before in any aquarium I've ever worked with. With the dolphins continuing to cry for fish, we try everything to get as much fish into the facility as we can to help us with this release program. We go out one night with a long-term fisherman of ours, giving the petrol and kerosene to go try to bring some fish in to feed the dolphins. The process is simple. A large bright light attracts the fish. The smaller fish arrive first and then the bigger fish. And by simply laying a net, you're able to attract more and more fish to the group. When the net is pulled in, there's some fish, but not enough to satisfy the dolphins' needs. Some say fishing has declined in the last few years. Some blame it on the large purse seiners that have come to the waters of the Solomons and continue to take the large fish. With the bad luck of the fishing and the weather getting worse, it's time that we prepare to pre-release 5 of the animals. We take down the nets and we organize ourselves to select those that are suffering and those that need to be released to give them a chance to find their own food. It's frustrating. It's something that I've gone through in the past, through the export, through the ban, and it's frustrating now to see we must rush the release process for the simple reason of a lack of funding. A teacher from Australia comes and learns about dolphins, never being so close to one in her life. Slow, amazingly, allows me to touch her freely and push her around. I'm able to examine her whole body, to see her body condition, to see that she needs help. She has become over social. She has never been so friendly. And for me, it's like a calling saying, I need help. This amazing social interaction convinces me that we must go into the pool. We must separate the animals that are suffering and retain Kove and Viti to be protected in the sanctuary so they're not caught for export. To allow us to have more food resources for the remaining animals, we decide to release 5 of the 13 in the pod. We guard the net safely. It's a tiring, emotional time. We do not want anything to happen to these dolphins. They're part of a release program. It should be prosperous, it should be positive, it should be good for the animals, and it should be good for us. Rushing it saddens me. The animals display signs of needing attention. Positive notice, we're able to remove a hickey fish, as the locals call it, from one of the dolphins before we release them. The animals wait calmly while we hold them, and we let them go to give them a chance, to give them some hope, and we hope too that they will be able to adapt back into the wild. Two of the animals remain behind, looking into the pool. It is hard to say if they want to go back into the sanctuary or if they're waiting for the others to join them. But without getting the proper protection for Kove and Viti, it's hard to release them into what could be their peril. So we hope the animals released represent Free the Pod forever.